Bournemouth away, Newcastle United's longest away trip of the Premier League season. Up bright and early on Saturday morning, still dark outside as we set off on the 6-hour, 350-mile trip down to Bournemouth's Vitality Stadium. The Newcastle squad arrives at the ground for around 4 o'clock for the 5:30pm kickoff. No sign of Callum Wilson or Jamal Lascelles on the team coach, but Ryan Fraser very quickly off the bus against his former club. Wasn't a good reception for Fraser on his return to the Vitality Stadium, but one man who did get a great reception was, of course, Eddie Howe. From there we made our way into the ground. With a capacity of 11,364, the Vitality Stadium is comfortably the smallest ground in the Premier League, but it still packed plenty of punch in terms of the atmosphere come kick-off. Newcastle were forced to make one change from the draw with West Ham as Alexander Isak came in for the injured Callum Wilson. The match itself was one to forget for Newcastle, with Marcus Senesi giving Bournemouth the lead. Joe Willock, Miguel Almiron and Alan St Maximin all went off injured during the game, though Almiron did find an equaliser on the stroke of half-time, forcing a late rewrite from me at the end of the half. That secured a 5th draw in 6 games for Newcastle as they made it 17 unbeaten in the Premier League. The 1,300 Newcastle fans showing their appreciation, as did Eddie Howe, to the rest of the Vitality Stadium. Joe Linton was my man of the match, followed by Fabian Schär, who we spoke to afterwards.
It was a big disappointment not to get 3 points. I think it's a tough place to come.
And I thought it was a disappointing evening on the whole.
Disappointing evening on the whole. The lack of Bruno is getting more telling game by game.
As we leave the Vitality Stadium, there's a behind-the-scenes glimpse of 2 of my colleagues as we're prepared to head into Bournemouth. We're staying at the Royal Bath Hotel in Bournemouth, which is a real institution ideally located overlooking the beautiful bay and the English Channel. Now, this hotel may have looked a little worse for wear, but it was huge and they gave us this massive family room. Take a look at this.
Absolutely bizarre.
We only got this room because the hotel messed up our booking, but the sheer size of it was impressive, even if very little else was. We managed to get a brief look at Bournemouth on Saturday night, going out on the pier and grabbing a bite to eat before we had to say goodbye to the town and the Royal Bath Hotel and make the long journey back up north. And after what feels like an absolute lifetime later, we're back in the Toon. So that was